Viewers, once again, welcome to my YouTube channel. I usually bring you the very best. Ngozi Orabueze has declared that May 30th there will be no movement in the southern east of Nigeria in remembrance of the fallen heroes of Biafra.
That's a common tradition and culture of Igbo land.
Now, the northern elites have come out to say no to this because it's not in the Nigerian constitution.
Tell me where it is in the Nigerian constitution that Fulani man should be wearing AK-47, while other tribes, farmers, go their farmland with hoe and machetes. See, let me tell you, over the years, the Fulanis, their hypocrisies, their wickedness have been exposed. I'm telling you that it is our custom, it is our tradition after the war that May 30 is a sit-at-home in Igbo land. So it was Mazi Ojukwu Kanu that comes as the leader of indigenous people of Biafra and made it very strict that nobody, commercial activities in Igbo land should stand still. 30th May is a remembrance day, the date, the entire Igbos remember their fallen heroes, Biafran soldiers. All the Biafra veterans that died during the war, are generally remembered on 30th May by the Igbos in the north, the Igbos in the southwest, the Igbos in the south, entire southern Nigeria. What about diaspora Igbo? It has extended to diaspora Igbo, that is outside Nigerian soil. 30th day is a celebration day. Though we are moody, but it is a day of what? Sober reflection. We reflect back on how Onwa Tuegu died. We reflect back on how the most intelligent Nigerian military officer, Chukwuma Kaduna Nzogu, was killed, died at Obolafo, Nsukka. We think back how a man single-handedly sponsored a pogrom, war, escalation that lasted for 36 months in the person of Chukwuemeka Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu. He spent his father's money, irrespective of the fact that he is a single man, facing a whole nation, Nigeria, supported by Britain, France, Russia, Egypt, and all the Sahel countries of West Africa. Ojukwu single-handedly piloted the war from 1967 to 1970, 12th January to be precise. A war that lasted 36 months, only one single tribe. We stood Russia, we stood UK, the British, we stood Niger, we stood Chad, and all the Sahel countries. Simple because of one thing: Islam. Igbo man refuses to bow before Islamic ideology. And we stood on our feet, actually defended our land from all these invaders. We stood defending, we did not retreat until 36 months when it was overdue, too obvious that there is every need to back down on the war. And that was how Ojukwu actually absconded into Gabon in the first place, came back to Côte d'Ivoire. From Gabon, he went to Côte d'Ivoire. For 10 good years or 13 years, he came back to Nigeria again until he, was demised 2011 through 2012. You see, it is our common tradition that 1st May, if anybody comes out in Igbo land, whatsoever you see, I think you are entitled to take it. Because it is obviously a tradition, like I said, in Igbo land that 30th May, you as an Igbo man should not go anywhere. 29th, buy foodstuffs. Keep it in your house. Prepare your meals with your children. It does not extend to 31st. 30th May is a day, 30th May, a day to remember in Igbo land. A day whereby Biafrans actually remember how they resisted the Nigerian military clique led by Gowon. Sponsored by the British Labour government under Robinson, Prime Minister Robinson. And we actually announced to the world the kind of resilience and perseverance we have in this part of the world, southeastern hemisphere of Nigeria. 36 months, a country, a tribe, we stood over how many wicked ethnicities begin to look like genocide, and certainly it has become the largest bloodbath in African history. Nobody should tell me about Liberian war. I don't want people coming up with the idea that Sudan has been fighting war. No, it's a different war. A war for the, over crude oil along Biafra coastal line. That was why Nigeria fought Biafra, because of the oil we have in the Niger Delta today. Good to tell you that Gowon has actually confessed that it wasn't a coup that actually culminated to the escalation of Nigerian Biafran civil war, that it was crude, not coup of 1966. He said it was out of the discovery of crude oil in 1958 along Niger Delta coastal line by the British. That's why we fought the war. It wasn't the coup. Gowon made this confession. See, listen, let me tell you. 30th May, it resonates another grief, sober reflection for the entire Igbo nation. We remember how we lost our brothers. We remember how every family in Igbo land has, to grieve over their lost loved ones. 30th May is a day to remember. Some people might remember it for good. Some people might be remembering it for bad. But all I know is that it's a date in Igbo land. Not the Soludos, not the Peter Mbas, not the Francis Wanflaves, not the Hope Uzodembas could ever stop 30th May for being, from being a great, let me say, symbolic day, monumental in Igbo land. It is a day to reckon with, because it is gonna be a worldwide thing. While we are celebrating it in the faraway southeastern hemisphere of Nigeria, the diaspora Igbos in America, in Europe, in Antarctica, in Oceania, in Asia, in other African countries should be remembering our fallen heroes. It is a common tradition of any tribe, any nation, to remember their dead ones. There are days mapped out for that. Dates and days. And it shouldn't stop them. That's why Alex Oti is telling the entire Nigerian military to stay indoor. We have rights to grieve over our loved ones in the past. It is not a violation of law. It is not an invitation of anarchy, but a mere tradition and culture in Igbo land. It's a remembrance date.
Well said, Mr. Ralph. You've done analysis to it. You mentioned UK. Anytime UK comes up here, there is a lot coming out. It is said that Bianca Ojukwu is set to visit the United Kingdom. A lot of speculations have been coming out. What is really happening? Bianca Ojukwu visiting the exact man who is lobbying around currently to make sure Biafra restoration
Bianca
does not come
Ojukwu is
true.
a failure. Bianca Ojukwu is a mountainous failure, a gigantic failure in all her doings against emancipation of Biafra. Let me tell you, when was she born? Bianca Ojukwu was born in 1967, exactly the date the war was raging. The same date with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Kanu was born in 1967. Accurately, two of them will be 60 years within a short period. I don't know what I understand. Two of them will be 60 years now. Comes 2027. What does she know about the war? What does she know about the kind of effort put by Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu? Was it not when Ojukwu actually married her that she began to see how the war was unfolding before it actually developed into full escalation of civil war of 1967 to 1970? If not his father, Ojukwu would have or could have told her. What does she know about the roles played by the UK, United Kingdom, which tabloids and journalists inspected the genocide of the Igbos from 1967 to 1970? What does Bianca know? Bianca will have nothing to do with emancipation of Biafra. See, he could canvass Britain from London to New York, from New York to Ontario. Let me tell you, Biafra has come. Just when someone is firing gunpowder to the moon, is exactly like what Bianca is doing right now. Her effort, her trial could not be enough to convince the Biafra faithfuls. Reasons, cogent reasons, which will back down on Biafra emergence. It is an effort that has come too late. Much ado about nothing. Much ado about Bianca lobbying in America, lobbying in the United Kingdom to bring down the praise of Africa that has actually erupted. Biafra emancipation is just a full volcanic eruption that is going to grip the entire continent of Africa. Biafra is not a Ono's daughter, Bianca Ono is not a Pan-Africanist. Rather, is just lobbying for Nigeria after they actually, project her to represent Nigeria in diaspora. Minister of Foreign Affairs. Listen, Bianca Ono is a failure. I use the word a mountainous failure in the cause of bringing Biafra down. If she knows what Ojukwu went through 1960s, at the age of 34, the young boy began to fight a war that actually destroyed Nigeria till date. If that lady could know what Ojukwu went through, he would have stand afar from administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Tinubu is not helping matters. He has neglected the Igbos. He looked down on Igbos. He is only minding the Southwest to borrow billions of dollars, develop Southwest, so that when Nigeria breaks, they have something to lean on. We are all human beings. We are following the trending of things. International diaries are on our pockets. No man, no politician in Nigeria could deceive an Igbo man. We know the games they are playing. I'm telling you, Bianca Ono has actually lost out. It's just like a lizard actually scatters its father's funeral. And when another man or reptiles, gather his kinsmen for burial of their relatives, the lizard started shouting. How or why did it make such mistake of putting confusion in the gathering of his kinsmen to bury his father? Bianca Ono wouldn't have indulged or embarked on such projects. Why? It is bringing her closer to doom. Bianca, 4-1, 4-arm. Biafra is bigger than you. Biafra is bigger than anybody. Bianca will never, ever stop Biafra.
Well said, Mr. Ralph. Finally, it is said that the Anambra women have hit the streets protesting against Soludo's government. That the same people they voted to protect them are now the ones using Udogachi, Akudo to take their lives.
To honor life, yeah.
What would you have to say concerning this?
Over
They're protesting.
Years, we've seen Professor Soludo from Isuofia behaving like a dullard, a man that has not seen the four walls of primary school, let alone post-primary school. His professorial achievement, I don't think it is on a platter of merriment or competence, because I could see a governor that has actually failed below the score line or board. Soludo has never ever performed like a professor. Soludo is now understood to be less than a class or elementary 2 students, let alone attaining the height of professor. Professorial award given to him, I still don't think is based on merit. He does not fit into that position. Soludo over time has begun to unalive, kill native doctors, throw them into jails. Yet he employed Udogachi, Ebubago, and what's the name of the other one? Ebubago, Udogachi. There's another one. Ndi Akodo. He employed all these outfits with what? Native doctors championing it. That's being the, let me say, the caretaker or the leaders of all this group. The same native doctor that he throws into jail. He accused the entire native doctors, idolatrous men, of being the brain or head behind Okite ritual activities in Anambra State. Yet, he patronizes them. That's where I'm coming from. So you can see how it looks so ludicrous to the highest extent. It's so ludicrous. Very, very ludicrous to the extent that Udogachi, there's another one again. I didn't remember the name. Udogachi, Ebubagu is there. Ndiakodo. There's another one initiated with Udogachi. I don't know what to understand. So their heads, people controlling these security outfits, are all idolatrous men called native doctors. He patronizes them. If Fulani prepare well to grab land in Imo State, we are waiting. We will finish it now. We know they play like this. No. We are not like that. We are always out as Igbo warriors. To do what? To defend ourselves against Fulani headers in conscience.
Well said, Mr. Ralph. As usual, you've done justice to the analysis. But you talked about the Fulanis on this video. Well, Soludo has come out to say that Nigeria is one, that they should stop this marginalization of a team.
Soludo is a slave. Iberiberism is what Soludo has been suffering from, warranting him to make statement that Nigeria is one. Let me shock you, my viewers. Nigeria is not one, though. After Nigeria Biafra civil war, we are not one. Immediately the wars, the war of 1967, 68, 69, 70 ended. January 1970. I think 12th January 1970. Another war began. Igbo man began to face another war. Political war, economic war, war of the mind began exactly 1970, and that is what is on course till today. If we are not fighting war since 1970 till date, Igbo man would have not been clamoring for emergence of Biafra. The war is on course, raging like wildfire, which is why the Igbos have been excluded from political leadership of Nigeria. The Igbos have been excluded, I repeat the word again, since 1966. No Igbo presidency. It was Yoruba, Fulani, Yoruba, Fulani, Obasanjo, Atiku. Are you listening to me? Yemi Ochibanjo, Muhammad Buhari, Tinubu, Chetima. Are you seeing it? In the past, like in the 90s, when there was an interim national government, why not using Igbo man as the president of interim? They use what? Yoruba. The chief security advisor was the vice president. That was Abacha. The president was Ernest Choneko. Are you listening to me? So we know we are well educated with political happenings of this country called Nigeria. Igbo man is not here. We are not with them. Please, they are different people. Soludo is saying that Nigerians are one. No, Nigeria is not one. Nigeria is their Nigeria. Nigeria is the Nigeria of Igbo politicians. Nigeria is the Nigeria of the Tinubus, the Buharis, the Yemi Ochibanjos. It's not Igbo man Nigeria. That's why, of course, I'm telling you that Biafra is coming on alarming speed. See, the Israeli Knesset, they've been actually discussing about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom. And you know what it portends? Immediately Kanu is freed, let me tell you, the spirit of Biafra resonates. Yes, at large extent. That all the military forces in Igbo land, the immigration, the customs, the police officers, the army barrack, they begin to vacate gradually. And I'm telling you that Obi's candidates is the right thing most of the Nigerians expect to actualize. They expect Obi Kwankwaso. Obi Kwankwaso. That is when they have destroyed Nigerian economy. Borrowing money like thieves. Now Igbo man will come and repair Nigerian economy suffering what others have actually destroyed. Obi's presidency doesn't matter. It doesn't stop Igbo man from agitating for Biafra. We've been craving for Biafra emergence until recently we've seen American interest in collaboration with Israel. So that's why we actually know that the Prince of Africa is coming. We are all Pan-Africanists, and we're going to give African continent what it deserves. Igbo man means business. We don't mean trouble or stealing public funds. Nigerian political leadership has been subjected to this kind of blunder. Criminal blunder, siphoning Nigerian wealth, people's taxpayers' money into West Europe.